Hi, this is Morgan Gerace or Gerace here with Gerace Yoga. Thank you for joining me. We're going to do a 45-minute or so evening wind down. So this is a chance to really deepen the breath through the body, connect with your breath, but also connect with your body and allow yourself to be in your body to release, which sometimes we're very much like, I want to get out of my body to release. So we're going to actually learn to be with sensations in our body, to slow the breath, slow the body, and we'll feel our mind and heart slow with it too. Find a comfortable seat. All you need is just a yoga mat or some space that's safe and that you're not going to slide on. Have some water or tea nearby. Make yourself comfortable. Set the mood, the lighting, the music, whatever makes you just feel excited or just kind of more awakened in your senses. You can light a candle, some incense. So make your environment for you. And then we'll arrive in whatever seat feels comfortable to you. You can sit with your legs crossed, stacked, or you can sit back on your heels. I'm going to sit with my legs crossed here. You might wiggle from side to side, feeling the sits bones connect with the earth. You might even move some of your flesh out to the side to really ground down. There's no proper or correct way I'm going for here with offering the seat, just whatever feels grounded and comfortable for you. So make whatever adjustments that you need. And I just want to offer that this practice is also POTS friendly. As someone myself who has this condition and just knows how impactful it can be, and just yoga is all about changing shapes and going up and down. And so I know that can be really challenging for us, some days worse than others. And so this practice, we're going to stay low to the ground. Offer yourself as much cushioning on your knees and joints as you need. For everyone, just take as many breaks as you want. This is your practice. Once you find that comfortable seat, just notice how you can let the hips and legs grow heavier. Maybe you signal that to the body by letting the hands grow heavy. You might even close the eyes. And just notice what you feel in your body as you arrive here. Where in your body does your mind draw attention to most quickly? Maybe it's that pain in the low back that's standing out. Maybe feel the shoulders scrunching up towards the ears. Not changing it, just observing with the mind's eye. And then noticing what thoughts or to-do lists are heavy on your mind right now. Don't even judge that, just notice it there and just watch it float by. Our thoughts are as fleeting as the wind in the air, so just let them pass by. We'll start by taking a moment to honor our bodies and all it's done for us today. So we'll take 3 deep breaths just with that in our heart space, holding that compassion for all you've asked your body to do today, whether consciously or unconsciously. All that your body's been doing, even without asking, with the heart beating, the digestive system, taking in nutrients. Even when our body is performing these tasks not as smoothly as we want or kind of rough on certain days, we can still have space to hold it just as it is. So let's take 3 breaths here, holding that space of gratitude in the body. Even if it feels inaccessible, just take that breath with that in mind. And then with the eyes closed here, just imagining yourself where you are, seated on the mat. And then watch yourself get up from the mat, walking back in time, almost like you're watching a tape rewind, old school VHS style for those of us that remember, or YouTube reverse. Just rewinding, noticing what you did right before you got here. what meal you might have had or drank, what people you interacted with, what activities you might have done. And sleeping counts as an activity. And just kind of rewinding all the way through your day, observing yourself. And continue doing that until you rewind back to yourself in bed right before you opened your eyes. And in the next few breaths, just noticing what it feels like to reconnect with that version of you back in time, laying in your bed, hopefully nice and cozy, before the day has even begun, before you even looked at your iPhone or whatever phone, no shade. And just notice what it feels like to be present in that rest. No alarm, no noisy distractions waking you up, just sinking into your bed. From there, you'll open the eyes if they're closed. Inhale, reach out to the side. Pause here. Really reach the fingertips to the opposite sides of the room. Ground the shoulders down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, palms to heart space. We'll reach the arms out one more time, especially for those of us that have been made to feel small in this world or have had our autonomy restricted at different times. Own this moment for yourself to reach out, expand, spread the fingertips, feel the hips grounded. Inhale, reach up, bring the palms firmly together, feel them press together, really firmly all the way to heart center. Release. Next, inhale, sweep palms up overhead. Exhale, the right hand comes behind you. So you're just making tented fingertips behind you, wherever feels comfortable to land. Let the hips and the knees soften down. They might have tensed up as you rose up. Let them release. Inhale, reach the left hand up. Exhale, you can either rest it reaching outside of that right leg, or you can bring the back palm outside of that leg, pressing the back of the palm into the leg. You'll notice more space for the low back to rotate. The head and shoulders might rotate with it. You can gaze towards the side or towards the back wall. Soften through the legs. Keep pressing into that back hand to lift through the chest. Maybe on an exhale, just twist just a millimeter more. Don't force anything. And notice what it feels like to breathe in a twist. It can feel quite constrictive or just uncomfortable. And as long as we're not in pain, just noticing you can breathe through discomfort. Next, inhale, sweep up, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, left hand now comes back on those tented fingertips. Press the fingertips into the mat, lift the chest, feel the legs able to soften. Twist through the low back and then shoulders. Right hand can now come outside of the left leg, or you can rest it on the top. If you're pressing the back of the palm into the leg, use that leverage of the arm strength to lift through the chest. Exhale, rotate maybe just a centimeter more. Soften through the legs. Breathe deeply on this side, perhaps noticing any changes, any difference in breathing on one side versus the other, which is completely normal. You just want to be with sensation and really allow ourselves to experience each side uniquely. Next, inhale, unravel, sweep up. One more time on each side. This time, move a little bit slower, but we'll stay here for a little bit shorter. Take a breath. Exhale it out. Inhale, sweep up, gaze up. Exhale, other side. Take a breath. Next, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, keep the hips grounded. Bring the hands down in front of you wherever they land. As we walk the hands forward, keep the hips grounded first and foremost. If you feel the hips lifting, you've gone too far. Keep the legs heavy. Walk the hands forward. Let the back round. If it feels better for you to keep a flat back here, please honor that. Everybody's different. Walking the hands forward. Press into the hands now. Send the hips back and down, then soften through the legs. Let the head melt down if you'd like. Let the shoulder blades squeeze together for a moment. On your next exhale, soften through the shoulders as well. Breathe into the low back here. You can stay here, or maybe the body's craving to go deeper. You may offer yourself that if you'd like. Just notice what it feels like to breathe with the head close to the ground here, head close to heart. Soften through the legs even more. There's always more room to let go. On your next inhale, slowly walk the hands back up. Press into the arms so the back doesn't have to do all of the work. You'll now lengthen through the legs in front of you. I'm going to turn to just face the top of my mat. You'll just face the top of yours. It can help to have a bit of a cushion or a blanket to sit the edge of our hips off of. That'll just tilt the pelvis a little bit more forwards. You can also just bring the leg flesh out to the side, feeling the bones connecting with the ground. Feel the spine tall here. And then bring the hands back, same tented fingertips, bring them back behind the shoulders. Hands shouldn't touch each other or be too far wide out. Just find a place where it feels comfortable to prop yourself up. Lengthen through the legs, let the toes point up towards the sky. Take a few deep breaths here in a modified staff pose. Whole body engaged. It looks so simple, but the whole body is engaged. Muscles through the legs, the arms are activated. On your next exhale, you can soften, you can bring the hands back by your sides to prop yourself up for support. You can keep them behind you. Whatever feels best as we bring some movement into the ankles and the feet. You might bend the toes and flex the feet. Really noticing what it feels like to be with the sensation of your toes and your feet, especially with the shoes that we wear. We might kind of lose that just like neural pathway connection to sensation through our feet the way we would otherwise if we walked around barefoot. Maybe wiggle the toes a bit. Maybe you just bring the ankles side to side. Noticing as you rotate internally and externally what might feel easier through the hips, through the ankles. One more time, taking any final movements that you want to here. Then widening the feet just a bit wider than your mat. Stack the shoulders over the hips. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, you'll release the right hand either on top of the right thigh, or you can come inside of the right thigh. You're welcome to place a block underneath this bottom arm. Left hand reaches up. Pause here. Try to let that arm be more heavy, whether it's here or here. Doesn't matter. Just bring heaviness into it. That top hand then reaches up long, and then you're just going to arc it over towards the toes. So instead of folding forwards, that's more of a stretch here. We're turning the chest a little bit towards the ceiling. Reach up and over. You'll feel that through the side body, which feels really good after a long day. Try to soften through the legs. You'll feel them maybe tensing up here. Deep breaths. Next inhale, you can release that top hand, release it onto the ground for support. Walk back up to center. Pause for a moment, take a breath. Just notice what you feel in the body. Inhale, sweep up, gaze up. Exhale, palms come in front of you. Forward fold, similar to before, but wide-legged. Let the shoulders be heavy. You'll feel the legs get a bit of a stretch here as you fold. And just notice how heavy you can let the torso be, almost like a challenge. Every exhale, shoulders and head become even heavier. And again, we're just folding, we're not reaching. Just let the body land however it folds. Next, inhale, walk the palms back towards the hips, stack the spine, take a breath. Next, inhale, you'll release that left hand either on top of or inside of that left leg. Feel free to use a block. Right hand reaches up, pause here. Notice where that bottom arm might now be reaching up with you. Try to bring it back grounded. Doesn't need to perfectly lay flat onto the mat. Take some deep breaths here, let the body adjust. On your next inhale, that top hand reaches up and just arcs over towards the toes. Again, we're not folding. We're staying tall, like chest facing forwards and up towards the sky. Reach overhead. You might not even reach very far, and that's totally okay. Just breathe into that space. That's what we're offering our body here. Next, inhale, release that top hand. Move slowly, press into the hands to rise up. Stack the bones through the spine. Exhale, one more forward fold here. This time moving even slower. Feel the hips grounded. Palms walk one at a time. Feel the low back round, mid back, shoulders, and head. Next, inhale, walk the hands back towards the spine. Rise up. Bring the feet back together. And you're going to release onto your back. So feet come flat onto the mat. Laying all the way down. Ponytails are not the best for yoga, but you know. Release the palms by your sides. Walk the feet closer towards the hips. The feet should be close to the fingertips. Wiggle the shoulder blades together underneath the hips. And you might stay here, or maybe come up into a bridge pose. You can come into supported bridge by sliding a block or any kind of support and cushion underneath the hips and release into it. If you're just coming into a regular bridge, just stay here for a couple breaths. Squeeze the knees and thighs towards the center. Exhale, slowly release. One more inhale, just come up for that breath and release back down. Rise up into bridge. Or if you're in supported bridge, on your exhale, release down. You'll then hug the right knee in towards the chest, lengthen out through the left leg, squeeze the arms and hands, bringing the shoulders closer towards the chest. Let the left leg be really long and heavy. Notice as the leg feels cradled by the arms, it can actually soften a bit more. When the body feels held and supported, it's very much just a parallel to how we feel emotionally. It feels safe to release, to be vulnerable. Notice how much time and breath can do. This can feel countercultural in a capitalistic society that asks us to do more and more. Notice any resistance to doing less and less. On your next inhale, lift the left hand, bring it outside of the right leg, and you're just going to gently come into a twist so that knee will slowly release onto the side. Ground down through the shoulders so that knee might lift back up. Just depends how tight certain parts of your body are. You can place a blanket, pillow, or block here. Then bring the arms out to a T, or you can rest that hand onto that knee. Most importantly, keep the shoulders grounded. So focus on that rather than fully releasing that knee. From here, you can gaze over to the right side if you want a little bit more of a twist. And deep breaths here. Again, we're not forcing it. We don't want to go past our edge. Just a place we feel enough sensation that we can breathe through it. On your next inhale, let the hips release back onto the mat. Hug the right knee in back towards the chest. Exhale, release it out. And you'll hug the left leg in. Notice what it feels like to hug that knee in towards the chest, how it might feel similar or different. Feel the muscles in the legs soften. Arms doing the work here. You can stay here as long as you'd like. Whenever you're ready, the right hand comes outside of that knee, gently guiding it over to the right side. Feel the knee grow heavy, but root down the shoulder. See how mine lifted? That's completely natural. So we're just gonna counter that back, ground down through the shoulder. You can bring the arms out to a T. Both arms can be out to a T. You can keep one hand on that left knee. Exhale, soften, surrender into the shape. Just allow your body to feel the safety of gravity keeping you here, connected to the planet. The safety of your own mat, your own space. And deep breaths. On your exhale, hips roll back onto the mat. Hug the left knee in towards the chest. Take a couple more breaths here. On your exhale, you'll release long and we'll come into happy baby. To do so, you'll just hug your knees in towards the chest, this time both legs, and then you'll wrap your hands around the feet, just starting there. You can have your hands on the outside of the feet. Some people do like the insides, or you can take pointer finger and thumb and grab the big toes. Wherever you choose to be, just keep the feet together and then root down through the hips. A lot of people lift up our hips. It's kind of fun, kind of massages the back. But to come into happy baby, we're gonna root down through the hips. Start there. Keep the hips rooted, then lengthen out one leg at a time. You might not widen up much. If you widen up and the hips lift, you've gone too far. Start back with the feet together. Slowly widen one leg. Slowly widen the other. Don't go too far. Sometimes we look at the pretty poses on Instagram and whatnot and we think, oh, that's like how we should move in our bodies, but not necessarily. If you want to really receive the benefits of yoga, to heal, to be embodied, it's more about your internal experience and what feels good in your body. You might notice as you exhale, the hips soften. The legs soften. This will actually be what allows the body to then widen the feet naturally. I'm here forcing it a little bit to show you, but if you just stay here over time, you'll feel the feet gradually widen the longer you stay in the shape. On an exhale, you'll gently release the hands. Take your time. Let the feet fold inwards first. From here, you might stay for a moment. Or you can just go ahead and let the feet release back onto the mat. Widen the feet to the edges of the mat, and you'll just windshield wiper them from side to side. Doesn't matter which side you start with. Hands can be out to the sides, or hand on heart, hand on belly. Just release the low back. Breathe into the body. And just feel what parts of the body make contact with the mat in the shape of this movement. And then coming to stillness whenever you feel ready. Soles of the feet meet onto the mat. Heel toe the feet back to hips distance apart. Then hug the knees in towards the chest. And you can do one or as many body rolls as you want, up and down until you come to a seat. So just rolling up can feel like a nice massage on the back, like I said before. Find yourself in a seat. Take your time. Let the body adjust to this new direction of gravity. Feel the breath adjust in the body. We no longer have the back body pressing it into the earth. The lungs now are dealing with gravity in a different way. We're going to now take a few breaths in a seated cat and cow. I'm going to just change my directions, but you can stay facing where you are. From here, you're going to let the hips be grounded first, and then you'll take the hands and bring them to the back of the head. Try to go for like the base of the skull with the thumbs rather than on the neck or at the top of the head. So just like you're cupping the head, again, hips should be grounded. Then start by opening up the chest. You have to really let the legs be heavy here. So feel free to loosen up the legs or place blocks underneath them if that feels good to you. That would look something like this. From here, you'll lift through the chest. So we're not so much trying to send the head back and kind of come off balance. We're really just creating opening through the front of the body, but that can still feel kind of destabilizing. So take your time, open up. Notice what it feels like to have the heart space so open. It can feel kind of vulnerable or just really tense. Try to gaze up. On your exhale, you'll then fold first through the low back. Feel the mid back fold, then the upper back. The arms then fold inwards, coming into a seated cat. Inhale, you're going to send the belly forwards, then the mid back. Chest comes forward, shoulders roll back. Take a few breaths here. Feel the shoulders soften. Next exhale, folding back, take your time. Take a breath here. Next inhale, rising back up. Open through the front of the body. Then come back to neutral spine. Release the right elbow down towards the ground. Just move slowly. Feel the side stretch and gently twist the chest up towards the sky. Keep the legs heavy. Inhale, slowly come back to center. Take your time. And other side, left side releases, legs stay heavy. Again, you might not go far. It's not about reaching down. It's just slow, gentle movement. Feel the sensation, the lengthening through the side body here. One more time on each side, following your breath and just trusting your body's timing. There's no right or wrong way here. Just practicing letting that go as well. Next inhale, rise up, one more cat and cow seated here. Release the hands. You can set any support underneath the legs to the sides. We're now going to reach the left hand up towards the sky. Exhale, release the right hand down and ground it. Open up, breathe into the side body and fold into that right arm. You can release all the way down if that feels good to you, but that's quite a stretch and lifts the hips for a lot of people. So just bend through that arm, left hand reaching up. Feel the hips rooted and reach over. So this hand is really actively reaching towards the side walls, chest opens towards the sky, and then you can bend through the elbow. Next inhale, other side, press into the right hand to rise up. Pause in the middle. Sometimes we move through transitions too quickly. And other side. So left hand is now firm on the ground. Right hand reaches up. Palm faces down. Bend into the left elbow. Reach up and reach over towards the wall. Legs soften. Next inhale, rise up one more time on each side. Notice any shifts, how it might feel different from the first time, or maybe it feels the same. Next inhale, rise back up. Exhale, other side. Next inhale, come back to center, both hands come up. Exhale, palms to heart center. We'll then make our way onto the belly, facing the top of the mat. You can get there however you'd like. You'll then come propped onto the forearms. Bring the forearms right underneath the shoulders and use your hands to find the opposite biceps. And that is the distance that you'll have the arms apart. So I'll just demo that a little bit facing forward so you can see it a little bit better. Elbows underneath the shoulders, grab opposite biceps. That's the distance that the elbows should be. Swivel one palm and then the other. Coming into Sphinx pose. Once you're here, widen the toes wide, wider than the mat. Let the belly release down. Send the chest forwards and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Sometimes we're here and we're kind of rounding. Open up by squeezing the shoulder blades together and reach the chest forwards. Keep the neck long and deep breaths. You can keep the head here and close the eyes, or maybe while really actively keeping the shoulders where they are, you can also tilt the chin down towards the chest if that feels good. So just choosing where you want to be just for the next few breaths. And on your next exhale, you can soften through the legs and the low back. You can even let the shoulders slump a little bit and make your way onto your belly fully, bringing your right cheek down onto your arms. Just feel the whole body pressing against the mat, belly breathing into the mat. Just noticing what it feels like to be held by this giant planet that is spinning ridiculously fast through space within a whole solar system, within a whole galaxy, within many more. And then that goes to the end of my knowledge of space. You can switch cheeks down. And just notice what it feels like to be comprised of so many little systems and solar systems of your own, your organs working together in unison, regenerating cells, shedding old cells. Your body literally changes daily because of the shedding of cells and the birth of new cells. Each cell having its own internal world and organs, or organelles as they say. Those made of their own molecular components, made of atoms, and so on and so forth. The world infinitely smaller and smaller. Bring the forehead down and just notice what it feels like to be connected with that expansiveness infinitely into our bodies, into the minuscule, and beyond our planet, into the grand and expansive. On your next inhale, you'll bring the palms underneath the shoulders. You'll rise up for gentle cobra, pressing the hands into the ground. Lift through the chest, send the chest forwards. Deep breath in, breathe through the front of the body. Exhale, lowering down, and you'll make your way to tabletop. Hands and knees. From here, you're going to send the knees back and widen them just a tad. Toes can point slightly inwards. Your hands will be about a handprint forwards rather than underneath the shoulders. You'll then walk the hands even further away. Right hand reaches out open to the right side. Stay here for a breath, let the hips soften. On your exhale, right hand swoops underneath that space, threading the needle, as they say. Release the bottom of that hand onto the mat. Your hips might have followed you to the side. Try to bring them back over, center. You can then release onto that shoulder. Again, hips might have followed to the side. Bring them back to center. If you're feeling like your legs are doing a lot of work here, that's because they are. So change the shape to make them do less. Maybe you need to widen the knees. Maybe you need to bring them closer together. Maybe they're too far away or too close. So just adjust, trust signals from your, let the body flow.
I think, all right, it's back.
Okay.
When you were laying.
When I was laying right on it, yeah. No, my bad. Maybe I'll put it here. Okay. I'll start back from here, I guess. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Right hand reaches up, open up to the side. And thread the needle. As they say, right hand then reaches through the left arm. And allow yourself to fold onto that arm. Adjust your knees, however feels comfortable, letting them do a little bit less work. So you might need to bring them wider or closer together, closer to the body or further away. And of course, you do that with both legs. Adjust them till they feel right. Legs should not be working hard. From here, you can then keep the left hand where it is, or you can lengthen out overhead and compress over that shoulder. Wherever you are, soften, bring the hips back to center. On your next inhale, the left hand draws back towards the body and press into that arm to rise off the other shoulder. Reach out, open back up. Exhale, right hand comes down. Recenter yourself from here. Left hand reaches up, open up to the other side. Keep reaching that top hand back. Exhale, left hand swoops under. Palm face up, threading the needle on the other side. Release onto that shoulder. Send the hips back over to the left. Coming back to center, adjusting the knees. You might stay here and let the shoulders melt, or maybe that right hand walks away from you, folding over that front arm. Let the body be heavy and soften into it. On your next inhale, right hand slowly crawls back underneath the right shoulder. Press into that palm to rise off of the ground, and then open up one more time, back over to the left. Reaching that top hand back. Exhale, release. And we'll take a moment of rest in child's pose of your choice. You can have knees together or knees wide. Let the hips melt back. Allow yourself to ground. Hands then glide forward or back towards your toes. Soften into it. Really passive child's pose here. And just notice where your breath goes, where it doesn't here. On your next inhale, dig the fingertips into the mat. Draw yourself forwards, up and out of this. You'll then come onto the forearms. You'll widen the knees. And then you'll walk the hands forwards, coming into a puppy pose. Sorry, I'm off of the mat a little bit. I need that grip to stay stable. So do what you need to feel stable, and try to keep the hips in alignment with the knees. Sometimes we'll shoot too far back. Try to keep them as much in alignment as feels good to you, and then let the shoulders melt down. And other options are to use blocks here. It's a very similar shape. It'll just come onto your forearms. And this allows you to actually go deeper into the shape, because now the chest can melt down further and shoulder blades come closer together. And this can feel like a really great heart opener, but also kind of massaging out the back and the shoulders through compression. Good old puppy pose. Breathe into it. Do a little bit less. On your next inhale, slowly coming out of this. If you're on support, hands will walk off of the blocks. Wherever you are, hands will walk back underneath the shoulders. We'll then come to a seat. Lengthen out the legs in front of us. Bring the hands by the side and just gently shake out the legs a little bit. Get any last energy that needs to be expended, release through the legs. Then you can soften through the legs and just notice what you feel. Maybe you feel the blood flowing through the legs. Then you'll cross the legs and you'll hang the right foot off of the side of your other leg, and you'll just do some gentle ankle and foot work. So you can start with the ankle, just grabbing the foot and using the hand to make circles. So my foot is completely lax here. Hand is doing the work. We're not pushing into anything crunchy or forcing anything. Just gentle circles, one direction. And then you can switch which direction you go with that. From here, you can either wrap your fingertips around the tops of your toes and fold in and back, or maybe you squish the fingers through your the spaces between your toes. It can take some practice to get that spaciousness back into the toes. You might stay here and enjoy that sensation, or maybe you gently fold forwards and backwards here. And then finally, you can offer whatever kind of massage feels good to you. I like to just bring the thumbs into the middle of that arch and gently add pressure and slide up. You can just feel all those tense muscles. Again, another part of the body that's often neglected because we just don't think about our feet, but is one of the most used parts of the body. You can squeeze any other areas, just bringing sensation back into the feet. And we'll switch sides. You might stop and pause. I love doing that to just feel the difference on each side. One foot maybe feeling a bit different after that. And whenever you're ready, we'll arrive on the other side if you're not there already. So the other leg now swings on top. And that leg, the foot will hang off the side. There's other ways to come into a similar configuration. So whatever gives you access to your feet, you'll take your right hand and just start those circles. Try to notice how heavy you can let the feet be, how much you can release and surrender to the hands, trusting them. You might switch directions with the circles. And then coming to stillness, you can wrap the hands around the toes, folding them, folding forwards with the hands and back, or maybe squeeze the fingertips through the toes on this foot, creating spaciousness between them. It can feel really good after wearing shoes all day. You might then fold back and forth. Just crack my hand knuckle here. It's like a massage for your hands too. From there, you can bring your thumb into the arch of the foot or offer yourself any other massage that feels good. Maybe the tops of your feet are craving some touch. You can bring the hands around all those like little bones through the feet. Oh, just cracked my foot knuckle too. Honestly, didn't know that was possible, but felt good. You can also take your hand and cup it around the heel and squeeze it. It's a lot bigger bone there, so it's not as easy to massage, but just bringing sensation back into the feet can actually be so important to our longevity and health, because the less we pay attention to our feet, the less we have those sensory pathways to them, which can actually just decrease our, danger warning signs, and also just like awareness of where our feet are in space. So it's really good for our long-term health. Once you're done, you might lengthen out through the legs one final time, just feeling the sensation in both feet. And from here, you can find your way into your final resting pose of this practice, whether that's releasing all the way back, letting the feet widen, toes drop to the sides, palms face up or down. Maybe you come to a seat. I will stay seated just so I can project my voice and offer you a mini meditation and release. So wherever you are, whether you're in traditional Shavasana, laying down, or in a seated position, your eyes might soften or perhaps they close. Just notice the breath however it's arriving. And just feel what parts of your body make contact with the mat or whatever surface that you're on. And just feel your body being held, perhaps kind of internally telling your body that it's safe to release, to relax. And more importantly, showing the body that. The way we show that to the body is by providing safe, comfortable, holding spaces that the body actually can successfully release into. From here, just starting by noticing the sensation through the toes. Go ahead and squeeze the muscles through the toes for a moment and then release. Squeeze the muscles in the feet and the ankles, then release. Squeeze the thighs and the shins, release. The knees and the quads and thighs all around, release. The glutes and the hip muscles, squeeze and release. The belly and the core, contracting and releasing. Squeeze the chest muscles, the upper back, and release. Engage the shoulders from front to back and side, and release. Squeeze the upper arms and then the lower arms, release. Squeeze the hands, make a fist, and release. Maybe engage the neck muscles and release. Engage the muscles in your face however you want. You can clench the jaw, you can scrunch up the face, the eyebrows, and release. We'll take a few breaths in silence here. And whenever you're ready, you'll wiggle the toes and the fingertips, roll the ankles and the wrists. You can either fold onto your side or find yourself in a seat, keeping the eyes softened or closed. Just take a moment to really be in your body. Notice how you feel and all the layers of feeling that there are, how you feel in the bones, how you feel in the spirit in the body, and the skin, and the muscles, and the fascia. And just notice any release that you might have encountered in this practice, any lingering sense of release, any heaviness of the body, which means you allowed yourself to soften, feeling connected to gravity. We will now just conclude with our hands at heart center or placed over the heart. And I thank you for joining me in this practice, for showing up for yourself, breathing through every sensation and shape, breathing into the body, into your well-being. I wish you much rest and peace, and hopefully I will see you next time. Thank you for joining me. Again, my name is Morgan with Gerace Yoga, and the magic behind the camera is amazing Taj Devore with his company called Reframe and Reshape. Thank you so much.